Good morning. It is March 9th, 2019. Or I'm sorry, 2020. And I'm doing a garden update. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, so there's actually quite a bit of changes going on. I'll catch a little bit of my containers here, what I got going on. These are my cayenne peppers and Thai peppers that are over a year old now. And these are the Phoenix Determinate tomatoes that I started growing in the fall that are loving the warm weather that we're having. Been picking a few of these and happy to have tomatoes in February or March. They survived the couple of days of frost that we had, and there's a jalapeno plant in there, and scotch bonnets over here, and bell peppers. This is my key lime and Meyer lemon, and look at the little bee on the little flower buds. That one is my lemon, the Meyer lemon. It's the first time I've ever had a lemon tree, and I got this probably, I don't know, 6 months ago, and it's already got there's some limes right here, and there is a lemon. Let's see, which one is this? Key lime. So those are limes. There's another one down here, and then these buds here are actually the lemon tree. So that thing is happy. So we'll go head over to the harden off table. Here are my scotch bonnets that I overwintered growing here. See, there's several on there. And then on this table, I just have some strawberries that are starting to bloom out. These are the ever-bearing strawberries, and then rosemary, and then I have a little lavender here that I grew in the greenhouse from seed. And some mint, and some chocolate mint, and some kale or lettuce. One of those I planted in there. And then I have cherry tomato right here that's been giving me some cherry tomatoes. Those are husky cherries. And then there is another Phoenix tomato over there. And then here's where all the hard work's been going down. Transplanted purple bells, California wonders, San Marzano tomato, pepperoncinis, and orange de Toros. Grew all those from seed. And then this is an Abe Lincoln tomato. And then some more Abe Lincolns. And these are some Napa Chardonnays that I just brought out here a couple days ago to start hardening off. And got some Juliets. I grew one Juliet that I bought from Lowe's last year, and it produced so many tomatoes. It was just awesome. So I got some seeds this year so I could plant several. And I got some more Abe Lincoln, more pepperoncinis, bell peppers. And then in here I got some Napa Chardonnay, blueberry clackamas, Dr. Witchy, Paul Robeson, fire feathers, beefsteaks, ox hearts, pink ox hearts, black beauties, more of the fire feathers, Kellogg's breakfast, and those that went through a little bit of a light frost that we had recently, but they're coming out of it. All right, so on to the garden. And I have decided to take out my tires here I will take these out, and then I'll take these front ones out whenever the peas are done, the sugar snap peas that I have there. But I'm going to just build a new keyhole bed right here, and then I'm going to move my tires to the back corner right there and planting them back there this year where I haven't put a bed in yet. And here I have a beefsteak tomato, and you can see it got a little bit of frost on it, but it's coming out of that. And then I picked up some Lola banana peppers from the feed store this weekend. So I got some of those, and then I got some jalapeno peppers from there as well. I don't see where I set them down at, but they are a different kind that I haven't grown before. I think they're actually a mild jalapeno versus the regular hot ones that I normally grow. And then in this bed, we got our carrots that are coming up. You can see them there. And then I have my, those are my little marble shelling peas along the back. And then this is my cauliflower that I'm growing here, and a couple of Romanesco broccolis. And then the purple, royalty purple bush beans and the golden wax bush bean, and I alternated them through here. You can see the purple ones are starting to get flowers on them, and so are the gold ones. You can tell the purple have purple stalks, and the gold ones have gold stalks and gold flowers. And then I have a little thing of beets right here. I haven't planted anything in that one yet, but I'm thinking about planting some more carrots there, or some radishes. But there's some beets, and then here's some more beets. I transplanted some beets, and then I threw some more seed in there. And then that is my Italian Romanesco broccoli. More bush beans. And then here in my 4x10 bed, I have an eggplant that I overwintered. It did really good through the winter. And I have some onions. And I picked all the heads off of these broccoli. I think these are jade broccoli. Let's see what it says. It just says medium large head broccoli. So anyways, they have been sending off side shoots like crazy, so we've been harvesting the side shoots and cooking those up. So I've left them in there to keep producing broccoli, and they've been producing like crazy. And then right here I'm going to put another bed, and I'm going to plant flowers in it, my sunflowers and stuff like that. And then here is one of my tomato beds that I've been working on, and there's Winnie the Pooh. He's over there because he wants to be next to the flower bed garden that I'm going to make. But I have planted out my first tomatoes into the garden. And I've got Black Beauty, Fire Feather, Paul Robeson, Blueberry Clackamas, and Black Beauty. And then in my wheelbarrow planter, I've got Charintus cantaloupes. A new one that I found online that I've decided to try. And here I got some more of my tomatoes planted. I got 9 in here, and 5 or 6 of them in that bed. This bed's 16 feet long, and that one is around 7 or 8 feet long, about probably 8. But there's beefsteak, Kellogg's breakfast, store Roma, which is a organic Roma tomato that I bought from the store 2 years ago and saved seeds for, and I grew them last year, and I grew them again this year from that same seeds from that one tomato, and they made an awesome plant and a very prolific plant and fruit last year. And then I got some Dr. Witchies, Blueberry Clackamas, Kellogg's Breakfast, Paul Robeson, Black Beauty, and Fire Feather. And then I don't have anything I don't have anything planted in that one right here. My cat was trying to squash my squash plants. And I have acorn squash here, and I haven't covered them up yet, but if you can see this bed here, or these 3 beds are my 2 foot by 44 inch beds. There's 3 of them under there, and in the first one I have spaghetti squash, the second one I have acorn squash, and this last one I planted the Peter Pan dwarf patty pan squash in, and I just covered them with this row cover, just to keep it a little bit warmer in there for them, and also to deter the flying moths that lay the cucumber worm and vine boring worms on them a little bit later. Once they start blooming, I'll have to uncover them, but at least it'll give me a longer time to hopefully get through maybe at least one harvest of squash before the vine borers take over and the cucumber worms. And then here's my grow bag potato project, and you can see these are 7-gallon grow pots from Amazon, and I got 5 of them for about $12, and I just planted some red Pontiacs in here, and they've come up, and they're coming in handy to hold my row cover down. And they have all come up. They're not growing as fast as the ones that I planted in the rows, which you can see here. These are definitely growing, and these are different varieties: Yukon Golds, red Pontiacs, red Norlands, and yeah, that's it. And so I got that row and that end cap, this row, and that end cap, and then this row, and I'm gonna plant some more in that tire whenever I get a chance to get that ready. But yeah, I just side dressed them with some more fertilizer yesterday, so hopefully we'll get a lot of potatoes, because I've got a lot of space in my garden that I'm growing potatoes in, and I still have more potatoes. So here is my sugar daddy and super sugars, snap peas, and then here's some more of those bush beans that I planted, the Cherokee wax and the purple. And then these are my peppers. There is lemon habanero, orange habanero, and ghost pepper in there, and those are a couple years old. And then back over here, my purple onions are doing good, and I transplanted tomatillos into here this weekend, so this bed has a dozen tomatillo plants in here, and I've got to buy some more of those little support systems for them, because I like them to be held up so I can see the fruit and not have them sprawled on the ground, which I know that's what they do, but I don't like that. So I like them to be held up so they can all have room. And here's some more peppers that I overwintered. And then this bed, I got some herbs going here. I got some cilantro that I planted from seed, and then a Texas tarragon that I found at the feed store this weekend, which I never find that at like Lowe's and Home Depot and all that. You can never find tarragon, and it tastes kind of like licorice, but saw that and pick it up. I want to use it on some meat recipes and stuff like that. There's another one of my Phoenix tomatoes that are producing, and my big ol' couple of poblano peppers from last year that are still going. And I got some broccoli and some cauliflower in here. And then I also have a couple more pepper plants, the Scotch bonnets, and some spinach in here. And the second round of cucumbers that I planted out here, we got another mild freeze, so they didn't make it. So I got more in the greenhouse I got to plant out here. Hope we don't have any more freezes. And then here is my Danvers or tender sweet carrots. I think there's a mixture of Danvers and tender sweets in there, but that's the ones from fall that we're eating on now. And then my Swiss chard and my romaine lettuce, which is trying to bolt. And I still haven't planted my Tom Thumb lettuce. I've got 2 different kinds of lettuce I'm going to plant in there. I still haven't done that yet. Hopefully I'll get to that today. And I also have some Max Pack cucumbers that I got from Haas Tools that I'm going to plant in the greenhouse today as well. And also I want to try their jambalaya okra. They're always talking about how they sell so much of that and how prolific it is and how well it does down here in the south. So I am going to pick some of that up shortly. I'm just waiting. I want it to be nice and hot, warmer days, and no chance of frost, so that they all germinate, so I don't waste any seeds. But here soon we'll have some okra coming in. And then here's some cucumbers and my eggplant. I went ahead and pulled 2 of them up, so I only got 3 left. The 2 on the end obviously are coming back. The other one still hasn't had anything green on it yet, but it still has green in the wood, so it may also come back. But I had 5 of them, and now there's 3 because of the frost. And then there's radishes and carrots in here. And the radishes are the black Spanish radish and the French breakfast and the scarlet globes. But you can see a lot of those French breakfast radishes poking out of the ground here. Haven't pulled out any of the black ones yet. But the French breakfast always germinate well for me, and so do the icicles. And then here's a fire feather tomato plant down here. And another Lola banana pepper, and a couple more starts that I need to plant out. And there, same thing happening here. We got the cabbage trying to head up, the Savoy cabbage, and we got some cauliflower. And I believe I only have 2 of the Brussels sprouts that I planted that survived being eaten by a critter. Oh, there might be actually 4 or 5 in there. Then here's my yellow onions. And over here, you can see that I got a little bit of frost damage from the frost we had the other day on my broccoli, but it's still doing good. Another Savoy cabbage is heading up there, and some cauliflower. And I got my cabbage. This bed has the bald head cabbage. I think it's probably a Wakefield cabbage, but I got it covered up to keep it safe from the pickle worms, because the pickle worm moths love to lay their eggs all in my cabbages, and I want for them to finish being able to do their thing so I can get some cabbages. And then here is some more carrots, and these are Danvers carrots here. And then there's some more broccoli and cauliflower, or cabbage and cauliflower underneath that row cover there. Here's the corn that my kids planted out. This is Bantam corn, and I'll probably do another tire like that of corn, and that'll probably be all the corn that I plant. Still working on filling up my bean bed with beans. I'll probably put a tomato or 2 on this end, but the rest of it will be, or I might even put one in the middle, but the rest will be beans. And then so far in here, I've got the Kentucky Wonders along the fence right there, and then I have Dragon Tongues in the 2 rows in front of that. And then over here, I have rattlesnake beans along the fence. And then I have tender green bush beans in this row here. And then I'm germinating some more. I believe those are rattlesnakes right there that I'm going to finish planting on the fence. And then I've got some burpee stringless, some more tender greens that I'm going to be planting out. Probably some more Cherokee wax too. And then here's more sugar snap peas and a couple tomato plants over here. These are Fire Feather and Black Beauty. And I've got a ton more of tomatoes. I have about 80 tomato plants, so I'm going to be giving some away and making room in the garden to plant some more out. Once the cool weather crops are out of here, I'll have a lot more room to plant them out, but just making room as I go. So transitioning over from cool weather to hot weather. And I'll probably plant okra in here when I make this bed, when I change this whole area right here. And then I'll probably end up having okra and a couple tomato plants in these beds as well. And that is it for the garden. See you later.